I'm Dr. Philip Gravenese. I'm a postdoctoral fellow at Mote Marine Laboratory and Aquarium, and my research focuses on how different environmental stressors might impact one of Florida's most important fisheries, the stone crab. And today you're going to have a behind-the-scenes tour of our lab.
Hello everyone, my name is Alex Dowse and I'm an intern in Dr. Phil Gravenese's laboratory, the Crustacean Ecology laboratory, where we work on stone crabs and kind of how they deal with all sorts of stuff that are out in the Tampa Bay and in our oceans. So if you want to take a look at our lab, this used to be a women's restroom, but because we're here at Mote, we're quite savvy when it comes to making little nooks and crannies work for research. So all these tanks that you see used to have stone crabs. Unfortunately, because of the season, we don't have a lot, but I do have some guys over here that we've been working on. So we have little juveniles. We work with almost all life stages here. We look at different environmental stressors. So we're looking at elevated temperature, we look at ocean acidification, we look at hypoxia, and some of the things that we're going to be doing this summer is going to be working on these stone crabs and seeing how their embryos develop in acidified conditions. That's one of the things that the Tampa Bay Estuarine Grant really wants to look at. But we also look at red tide and how they're affected with these different types of red tide levels, and if mitigation factors might be able to help. We've been looking at them from larvae, which is the first stage, to all the way up to sublegal crabs. So the crabs that necessarily don't get caught, but maybe the next year or the next 2 years, they're the ones that will have their claws taken, so you guys can have them in the restaurants. The last thing that we kind of focus on is fisheries. We look at a lot of ways that these guys are impacted by the fisheries in terms of claws removal, how they can eat, and also does red tide affect these guys even with those claws removed. We've seen that red tide slows down their movements, makes them lethargic, and can kill some of these stone crabs. And we are looking at how those crabs perform with red tide plus stone crab season. If you guys want to take another look, this is it for our lab. So we make do with what we have. We have CO2 and nitrogen tanks all over the place. We have tubes running all over the place. But we kind of make do with what we can here. And we're trying to do a lot to help stone crabs and help the fishery as well, make sure that everybody knows how to keep a sustainable fishery. And well, thanks for looking at our behind the scenes tour. Hope you guys have a great day.
Here's a look at an egg-bearing stone crab. One of our female stone crabs had her babies just a few weeks ago. Let's take a behind-the-scenes look at Mote's newest residents.
So these are our stone crab larvae. They were just born a couple of days ago here at Mote. We have them in a chrysal, so that's what this exhibit, this enclosure is called. This is called a chrysal. It's a specially designed enclosure that allows for continuous water flow, so they're constantly moving around in a circle, not bumping into any edges or anything, because at this stage of life, they would just be kind of free floating in the water anyways, so we want to just mimic that as much as possible. This is also the same thing that we keep our jellies in. So jellies are also kept in chrysals for the same reason. We don't want them bumping into edges or anything. We want that continuous circular flow.
Well, thanks for joining us for a behind-the-scenes tour of a few of our labs. My name is Phil, and I hope you learned something about the ongoing stone crab research that Mote is conducting. See you next time.